Well, new at 6, Dr. Tom Makaitis, terrorism analyst and history professor at DePaul University, joining us now to discuss Sinwar's death and its impact on the fighting in the Middle East. Tom, always good to have you. Thanks for being here. Somebody made the comparison here that this was similar to when the United States struck and killed Osama bin Laden. Do you see that as a fair comparison? Give me your, thoughts on the significance of this.
It's not the same because killing bin Laden was almost anticlimactic because we'd already worn down Al Qaeda to the point where it was not a serious threat any longer, although it was seen as a kind of moral victory and certainly as justice. There will be an element of this in Israel now, and of course people are celebrating it. But the fact is, this is far from resolved. If anything, I think if there's any good that comes out of it, aside from eliminating the threat that he posed, it will be that there will now be renewed pressure on Netanyahu and whoever is leading Hamas to reach a ceasefire, because Sinwar was a major impediment. And now I think what Biden is going to say in the phone conversation to Netanyahu that Anthony Blinken has already said is, okay, great, congratulations, you got him. This is one of the things that you wanted. Now it's time to get a ceasefire in place, get the hostages back, and start getting more humanitarian aid into Gaza, because this is not long term going to solve this. What we call decapitation strikes of this kind, they're temporarily they set the organization back, but there's always somebody else to step up.
Right. Let's talk about the strike itself here. This was Israel's operation, but how much do you think the United States played in knowing this? Because our intelligence helped track Hamas leadership for some time now.
That's absolutely true, but the irony is this seems to have been purely fortuitous. This was a patrol of fairly low-ranking soldiers who were not expecting this. No one expected him to be on the surface. They thought he would be deep ground, and they engaged him and several others in a firefight, called in a drone strike, and killed him, and were shocked when they examined the bodies to discover that this looked like the Hamas leader. And of course, forensic evidence, dental records, fingerprints, and so on, which the Israelis had, seemed to confirm that. But this was not due to anybody's intelligence. This was just, luck, for lack of a better term, that this patrol bumped into him and engaged him in a firefight with others and killed him.
What do you see now, Tom, as the likely scenarios moving forward? It sounds like you don't think that this is necessarily going to mean an end to the war.
Well, no, because now the ball is in Netanyahu's court because he's accomplished a major goal. He's managed to eliminate the leader, but then the question is, now what? You still have there's 100 hostages unaccounted for. Best guess between 60 and 70 are still alive, and you got to get them out. And you're not going to get them out in all likelihood with military force. In fact, the odds are if you try that, they're going to die. What are you going to do with the rest of Gaza? Just continue to pummel it? The U.S. has already put pressure on Netanyahu with some success to get more aid in. And then again, we're left with, well, what's the long-term solution? Killing the Hezbollah leader has not stopped that war either. Killing, the Hamas political leader in Tehran is not advancing the cause of peace there either. I mean, you can go through a long list of terrorist leaders and extremist group leaders who've been killed over the years, and it does not destroy their groups.
Let me ask you, now that it's been confirmed that Sinwar is out, who will Israel be negotiating with? What do we know about how fractured the leadership is at this point?
I don't think we know very much at all, or let me put it slightly differently. Those in the intelligence community and government may know, but they're not going to say. But it's not clear that a new leader has yet emerged. I don't think that they were negotiating directly with him anyway, because he had to be hunkered down inside Gaza. There were probably intermediaries, possibly the state of Qatar, and so on, and that those channels will still be there. It remains to be seen, whether the leadership that takes over is amenable to a ceasefire. My guess is they may very well be, but the even bigger question is Netanyahu willing to, because this is good for his political career, and I hate to be cynical, but that seems to be a factor. And does he really, want this to end, or does he want it to keep going until he as he says he wants to destroy all of Hamas, his own generals have told him that's impossible.
All right, Tom Mockaitis, a terrorism expert at DePaul. Thanks very much for your time. Appreciate it as always.
Happy to do it.